for tuning in to Soul Water Saturdays, where your soul never thirsts. It is me, Beauty N Barzz. Not looking like usual, not glammed up, not dressed up, just me. I am actually on my way in the gym, but I had a word to deliver. And when you have a word on your heart, when it's strong, when it's set in stone, you should deliver that word no matter how you look, no matter where you are, no matter what your situation is. And I have something to share with y'all. Today is Transparency Day. It is transparency time. It is time for me to keep it all the way real, or 100 as people say. It is time for me to open up and tell y'all bluntly about something that I've been experiencing, because I feel like my life is a living, breathing testimony, and there is possibly somebody that I can help by sharing my personal experience. So I am going to be completely open about some turmoil that I have been going through lately. And today's segment will be entitled, Keep That Same Energy. So some of you know or may not know, but I have never really had a father in my life. My daddy has been in and out of prison since I was a baby, since I was in the womb actually. And most of the relationship I've had with him has been with him behind bars. Whether it was going to go visit him, whether it was talking to him on the phone or writing letters back and forth, that's been most of my relationship with him. The times where he was out, I was able to grow some sort of bond with him. But most of the time, he ended up going back to prison, and it completely broke my heart. When I was younger, my mother would prevent me from seeing him. She tried to keep me away from him, and I didn't understand it at the time. I'm literally an adult, and I'm barely starting to understand it now. My dad was not the best person. He was involved in drug activities. He was doing drugs, and he was not being an example of a father that I needed in my life. So my mother would try to keep me away from him. As a child, witnessing your dad come to your house, and that's still somebody that you love. I was a child and I loved him. I've been in love with my daddy since I was a baby. I literally used to sleep on his chest and listen to his heartbeat, and that was one of the only ways that I would fall asleep. Besides God, that was literally my first love. So being a child and witnessing him knocking on the door and saying he was coming to get me, and me just wanting to go with him so bad because I adored that man and I really loved him, it hurt. When my mom wouldn't let me go with him, it would tear me up. I would go in the room crying, and I've been writing poetry since I was 5 years old, so I would literally go in the room and write just these poems about how much it hurt to see him. And I was so mad at my mom, and I didn't understand why she kept me away from him. And it hurt me, it hurt me to the depth of my soul. I was mad at her. I was angry at her for keeping him away from me, because I feel like, a daughter and a father, or even a son and a father, every child should have a relationship with their father. That's how I feel, Every child should get that chance to have a relationship with their father, with both of their parents, with their mother as well. But I didn't understand it at the time. So I didn't understand that she was keeping me away from this man to prevent me from heartbreak. So I took it upon myself to gain a relationship with him. I used to write him letters. It would make me mad because my mom would literally rip my letters. Not rip them up and not give it to him or anything like that, but she would rip open the envelopes and read my letters and read his letters back to me, and it would make me mad. But I felt like he was my friend, he was there for me. So he would give me advice, the best advice he could give, because of course he was involved in a life of crime. He didn't make the best decisions. He was a gangbanger. He sold drugs. He did things that a father shouldn't do and shouldn't be giving you advice about. But he tried, even behind bars. And my mom, she wanted to know what was going on. So, she would read the letters and stuff like that. As I got older and I realized more what it was about to have a father and have that connection, all I wanted to do was get to know my daddy. I wanted to have a relationship with him. I wanted to be able to say that I know him, not just the bad that I know about him, but I wanted to say that I knew him. So I told him the time before this time, because he went to prison again. But before this time of him going to prison, I told him, if you go back to prison, I don't want anything to do with you. I had decided at that point in my life that I didn't want no in and out stuff anymore. I didn't want somebody that was going to come in my life and that was going to go out of my life. I didn't want to experience that pain anymore. So I told him if he went back to prison, I didn't want anything to do with him no more, and I was never going to speak to him again. But he did end up going back to prison. And the only reason why I didn't keep those words was because he went back to prison on old charge. It wasn't something new that he did. It was something old that, he had barely got prosecuted for. Therefore, I really couldn't hold on to any hurt or anything. I couldn't hold any type of grudge because he didn't do anything that time around to go back to prison. So I think for like 2 years, I didn't speak to him. But then my aunt told me to forgive him, and I ended up speaking to him again. So for about 8 years of him being locked up, I talked to him. We gained a type of relationship. I would go to the prison and visit him and would have discussions with him, but I was never able to go really deep. But, he would make broken promises to me, basically telling me that when he got out, he was going to do right, that he was going to get a job, that he was going to be there for me, that he just wanted to get to know his grandkids, that he loved me so much, and I was one of the most precious things to him. And this was all stuff that even as an adult, I fed off of and I took in, and I really counted on having that relationship with my daddy that I never had. Like the people of my church, Holy of Holies ministry, they heard me talk about my daddy constantly. Like that was, I've been in love with that man since day one. Like literally, I talked about him like as my mama would call it, I pretty much worship the ground that he walks on. But you have to remember, you cannot allow man to be your God. And in a way, I was allowing my daddy to be my God. So, I will tell you guys the consequences of that. Normally, I would say that my daddy caused a lot of hurt in my life. But now that I'm growing and I'm starting to realize things, I allowed my daddy to cause a lot of hurt in my life. He wouldn't have been able to hurt me at all if I didn't allow it. So I don't blame him at all. I allowed this. I allowed him to get out for us to gain this relationship, become real close. And then I say about 4 months in, we started to drift away because he started going the wrong way again. I'm telling you guys, it hurt me to the depth of my soul. I felt the sort of emptiness because despite his wrongs and all the stuff he's done, I love the heck out of that man. I've never stopped loving him with all my heart, but the problem is I gave him too much of my heart. My heart should always be wrapped and surrounded in God. I should be so wrapped up in God that can't nobody touch me, can't nobody hurt me, can't nobody affect me. But I allowed that man to be my God for a second. I have to be honest. He was my God for a second. I was breaking my neck for him. He got out of prison. Me and my husband threw him a little get together, cooked for him, gave him gifts, spent money that could have been for our sons on him. And anytime he needed me, anytime he called me, I was there. He would come over early in the morning for me to help him fill out certain applications. I was there. Anytime he needed me, I was there. And what happened? I got hurt. He started to talk to me crazy. He started to disrespect the God that I serve because he would get on my line with all this profanity and stuff. He started to not even care about our relationship. One time he texted me and said that he wasn't messing with me no more and that he don't give a crap about my feelings. It wasn't crap, it was the other word, but I don't curse. So, he started just disrespecting me, getting on my line, just talking crazy. Like, he used to respect the God that I served, and he wouldn't curse or anything. Or if he would excuse himself because, he would be like, I'm still working on my language. But after hanging around the wrong crowd and being surrounded by that bad energy, he started to conduct himself in a different manner. So lately, I've been working on letting go of that relationship because that's what the Lord told me to do. It's time for me to let go. I am a wonderful person, and I don't deserve anybody that's going to put me down, that's going to drag me through the mud, or that's going to have me acting as a person that I am not. So the reason why I call this video Keep That Same Energy is because I'm letting go. It's time for me to let go. It's time for me to move on. It's time for me to live the way that I'm supposed to live. It's time for me to make it to the top. And right now, he is being disrespectful and all that, and don't want to deal with me and stuff, but I want him to keep that same energy when I get to the top. I love that man. Never will I bash him, talk bad about him. I will only speak truth, but I will never bash him and talk bad about him, because this is somebody I love. I will always love him, but I want him to keep that same energy when I get to the top. All that disrespect and stuff, I want him to keep that same energy, because it's gonna bite him. He gonna be like, dang, that's my daughter. She done made it to the top. She got Soul Water Saturdays. She is flowing. She is killing it in life. And it's gonna hurt him that he treated the only person that really has his back right now like he did. My Aunt Sharonda, she passed away, and that was his sister, and she pretty much was his mom. She took care of him pretty much. And she passed away, and me and my Aunt Sharonda are very similar. We are very similar. So I never wanted to be my aunt for him, but I wanted to be there for him as she was. And I love the heck out of him just like she did. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to let this man come into my life and be more of a burden than anything. I don't deserve that. I deserve somebody that's going to come into my life, that's going to be a daddy, that's going to build me up, that's going to be a grandpa to my sons, and we deserve the world, period. So I'm telling y'all today, don't never let anybody come into your life or continue to be in your life that's toxic, that's not building you up, that's not helping you to get closer to your purpose or to improve yourself or your family or your surroundings. If they are tearing you down, if they are toxic, if they are making you hurt, let it go, okay? Because you don't want to be like me. I've experienced some pain, some turmoil in the heart. Like literally my heart was hurting. And you know what that is? That's detrimental. It literally is. Like if you allow somebody to hurt you so bad that your heart is hurting, that's doing damage to your body. People could die like that. Like literally people can have heart attacks and die from heartbreak. My heart has been broken. I've been crying, praying for the Lord to build me back up. I was going through a sort of depression. I'll put that out there. I seriously was. And I was becoming a person that I did not like, because I allowed this man to be my God. So I'm telling y'all this now. Do not ever put anybody before God, because it will come back on you. God will show you that he is the one and only true God. And you shall not put anybody, any man, any possession, anything material, anything before him. Because in the end, you will be the one that's going through hell. You will be the one living in that hell on earth. I've been going through hell on the inside. And my husband has been watching me break, because I allowed somebody to replace the God that I serve. But no more. Like I said, he better keep that same energy. This has been Transparency Hour on Soul Water Saturdays. I just wanted to let y'all know, like, sometimes when we go through things in life, it's to help the next person. Somebody may be going through something similar. It don't even have to be with their dad. It could be with their mom. It could be with a child. It could be with a relationship. It could be with a friendship, anything. Somebody may be going through something similar. And like I said, if it's toxic, if it's something that's destroying you, my little brother gave me some advice. My little brother Rito, he said, a person will destroy you and won't even know, because they're so caught up in their own mess and they're too busy living their lives, and they're destroying you. I was listening to Les Brown, and he was talking about how you be holding a grudge and you over there hurting and you over there mad when you see them and this person living their life and they having fun and they not even worried about you. They don't even know you mad. They don't even know you got a grudge. They are living, okay? And you up over here hurting and crying and dying on the inside, which has been me, okay? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is literally, like my brother says, people will destroy you. They really will. If you continue to put people before God and you continue to lean on people for your happiness, they will destroy you. Do not allow anybody to destroy you, because you are too precious. You mean too much, and you are freaking awesome. As I said, keep that same energy. Let them people keep that energy, because, honey, it will come back on them. You ain't got to do nothing. Step out of the way, give it to God, and allow him to do what he is going to do. So, thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you for tuning in to Transparency Hour. Thank you for watching Soul Water Saturday, where your soul never thirsts. I hope you received something from this. I hope your soul was watered today. Continue to watch, because I'm always doing something different. You never know what's going to happen. Continue to like, and subscribe. Hit that little bell to get notifications on when I post another video. I try to post them on Saturdays, because it is called Soul Water Saturdays, but I am busy. I have 4 young children. I have 5 every other weekend, because I have a stepdaughter. I'm in ministry. I'm a wife. I am always doing something. Y'all know I'm a poet. So I be having a lot going on. So sometimes I may not post until Sunday or Monday. But trust and believe, weekly, y'all will get that little bell, and y'all will see a notification. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. All right, guys, tune in to Soul Water Saturdays. I will be back giving y'all other things that come up. Whatever comes up, I will post. I will keep y'all entertained. I will be consistent. I will not fall off. I am going to do this until the wheels fall off, okay? But all right, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. I love you all. Please eliminate toxic people from your life and continue to live, because you only got one life. So live it to the fullest. Love you all.
That you love me, so I'm feeling good. Say but not soft, you get that understood. God got me doing things I never would.